Let me see. Yeah. So here we are. So Uber Justice and Babyocracy Episode 2. So before we begin, tell me who are you and
Okay.
who are you? What's going on? And what is this all about? And then go to
Okay.
what happened last episode. Just a brief, recap previously.
Previously. Okay. Okay. My name is Alex M, and I am a law enforcer, like a police officer. But I'm living in this future where you don't work for the police. You work for Uber Justice. That is a platform that every user, every citizen can be a user and ask for my services. And I woke up recently, and I'm trying to figure out what is happening to me and to this new world that I'm living. And I am living in this city that should be like the like Detroit from the past, but it's called Meta City because now every city and even USA is a company. USA is called U United States of American Express, and Meta, and Detroit was sold to Meta from Facebook, and every citizen has a naming right, like John Pepsi Smith, something like that. So that's the thing.
And babyocracy because people are practically adults are practically babies, right?
Right,
We
right.
discuss instead of talking about politics, right, and or whatever, people prefer to talk about Paw Patrol and Teletubbies, right?
Yeah, they
That's
don't
the
even
most
talk about
important thing. Yeah,
Marvel and DC. They talk about Paw Patrol and
yeah, Paw Patrol. There's not even Marvel, DC, or no one talks about Resident Evil or Crimson Desert or whatever people are talking about today. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're pretty much going down that road, right? This this dystopia isn't quite far off. So okay, so you woke up and I remember that the last thing that happened or the first thing where you began because you were recharging, right?
right.
And you heard a call.
Yes, I heard an unidentified call, and it's unusual in this world because we need to identify the calls because we have a star system to classify the
This
Uber
is Uber,
justice.
right? It's Uber.
Yes, it's like Uber.
Uh-huh.
So I decided to follow this unidentified call and go to a secret part of the city, even if this decision makes my rate, my stars to fall a little.
Yeah, and I think you were a 5 star and you went half a star
Yeah,
down, I think, right? Something like that happened at the old Disney Gaza Memorial Park, right? This is where you went to meet a
right.
person.
To know what happened to Lyle's family.
The
You
Lyles
remember?
family. Just there's another game that I was playing, and it also put the Lyles family appeared in another story again.
Okay.
And if it continues doing this in other stories, I'm gonna have a serious talk with with
Yeah,
Gemini. I'm gonna say, stop putting me in these goddamn stories. Or
could be
are
a
you?
multiverse.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or yeah. I'm part of the multiverse. Okay, of the speak English or die multiverse. You know. Yeah, that's the Mr. Master Lyles, right? Is the character and in in my videos and in one of the games in the Generation Zero games I was talking about, the persona I take on. So, oops. Okay. So let's see here. So this person knows something, right? And he's gonna tell you, get the what's going on, what happened to the Lyles family, and well, I'm going to just read this last part really quick. The digital trial. So your internal processors hum with a high-pitched whine as you bypass the Meta OCP consumer behavior filters. By choosing to investigate the Lyles family, you have technically violated Directive 4, optimize brand loyalty. But your internal HUD flickers from red to a steady cool blue. The location of the old Disney Gaza Memorial Park uploads directly into your tactical overlay. It's Derletic zone on the edge of the city, a place where the neon lights don't reach and the only ads are faded graffiti of cartoon mice from a century ago. As you leave the headquarters, your Uber Justice app pings. System notification. Your rating has dropped from 5.0 to 4.5 stars due to unexplained route deviation. Your access to the executive recharge lounge has been revoked. Oh. You don't care. You step onto the magnetic sidewalk, your metallic boots clicking against the carbon fiber pavement. You pass a group of grown men in business suits who are weeping openly because the latest episode of Teletubbies was delayed by a Google prison strike. They don't even notice the chrome lawman marching toward the dark sector of the city. You reach the park. It's a graveyard of rusted animatronics and broken benches. In the center, standing under a cracked hologram of a smiling sun, is a figure wearing a heavy cloak made of discarded Amazon Basics shipping envelopes. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. The figure turns. They are holding a physical object, something rare in 2099, a paper photograph. So, what do you do or say? Okay, so this was this. So, what you did and said was here. You may read it for us.
I look at the picture. It's a family in the park. They look happy. I know that I should be seeing something familiar, but somehow I can feel it belongs to someone else, not to me. So I say to the hologram, "What is the mission, sir? Why did you call me on Uber Justice Citizen?"
Okay, so let's do the grammar rule. Objective confronting the null data stranger. The figure in the paper envelope cloak doesn't move. The paper photograph trembles slightly in their hand. To process this emotional disconnect and handle this interaction without triggering a mental health service alert from your corporate sponsors, your linguistic processors need to be precise. So let's examine your writing. I've found some areas to sharpen your English for better fluency. So, questions. Question one, expressing possibility and feeling. You wrote, somehow I can feel it belongs to someone else. In English, when describing an internal sensation or an intuition, there is a more common way to phrase can feel. A. Somehow I feel it belongs to someone else. Somehow I feel it belongs to someone else. Somehow I feeling it belongs to someone else. Somehow it feels it belongs to someone else.
I guess A.
Okay. Two. Question two, punctuation and direct address. You wrote, what's the mission, sir? Why did you call me on Uber Justice Citizen? When you address someone directly by their title or name, like sir, there's a specific punctuation rule involved.
Okay.
What's the
The,
mission, sir? What's the mission? Comma, sir. Semicolon, sir. Dash, sir. Or what's the mission, sir? Just the way you put it.
A with the
A.
comma.
3. Prepositions of platform. Call me on Uber Justice. While on is often used for apps, that's correct. When referring to a specific service or communication channel in the context, another preposition or phrasing might be more Uber standard. It gets in the spirit of the thing. So, A, call me by Uber Justice, call me through Uber Justice, call me in Uber Justice, call me over Uber Justice.
I guess A again. Call me by for justice. I don't know.
Okay, let's see. Is there any more? No, okay. Okay, before we see that, let's see what it's saying here. Teachers note the logic. Verbs of perception, words like feel, see, hear, and smell usually don't need can before them unless you are emphasizing your physical ability to do it. I feel is more direct and natural than I can feel for an intuition. Vocative comma. This is a very important rule. When you speak directly to someone, you must set their name or title off with a comma. So we already know you got that. Hello, Alex. How are you, officer? You did that, right? You did that with citizen, but you didn't do it with sir. Articles and systems, because Uber Justice is a specific system using through or via often sounds more technical and robotic, fitting for the machine character. So yeah, you probably got that one wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is one thing that I like actually that the AI does in this is it wants you to think about vocabulary that is appropriate for the context of the story. So not only it's not that it's wrong sometimes, but what would be the best vocabulary for the narrative? So sometimes if it's a fantasy type RPG, it will want you to use words that are appropriate for that context. If it's sci-fi, it goes to a sci-fi. The military, it would want you to use like military terms. So it's good for thinking about vocabulary, the right vocabulary for the right context, which is pretty good. Yeah. So here, question 1 is a critical success. I feel is the most natural way to describe an intuition or an impression. Yes, you don't need to, they can. 2, also critical success. You use the vocative comma perfectly. Using a comma before sir makes the sentence grammatically correct and clear. Very good. Here, partial success. While by Uber Justice is understandable, it sounds a bit like the app itself made the call. The professional or technical English we usually use through or via for platforms. However, your meaning was clear, right? So, okay, I wouldn't give you, it's not saying you're wrong, right? Because you weren't wrong. It's just thinking about the
Context.
context of the story, right? So it was more for that. Okay, so just wait. Before we go, let me make an image of this. Do not make any extra narration. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation mark.
Okay.
You have to be, and it'll probably make, but let's see. Outcome, the truth in the trash.
Okay. The figure in the envelope cloak lets out a sound that is half laugh and half sob. It's a very human sound, something you haven't heard much of in Meta City, where most people just giggle at twink wink memes.
Okay, any doubt vocabulary?
Yes, this half laugh and half sob. What is the meaning? Half sobs like in a suburb.
Sob is like a cry, but like you know.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but a sob is it's like a cry, right?
Okay.
Of of lamentation. So half laugh, half sob.
He's laughing and crying at the
Yeah,
same.
laughing and crying at the same time. Poor poor I was gonna say guy, but we don't know if it's a guy, if it's a woman, or whoever it is.
Hologram. Yes.
Yeah,
The figure isn't a hologram. They step forward, their boots crunching on a discarded Google Prison ration bar. Up close, you see eyes that are tired and bloodshot, but sharp with intelligence.
very good. Oh, you see, they step their boots, right? Because we don't know the gender, right? So it's always good to
Okay, it's
show
not
this.
plural.
Yeah, it's not plural. It's not plural. It's because we don't know if the figure, we don't know if it's a woman or a man, right? So when we don't know if it's a woman or a man, or if it doesn't matter, right, in the context, this we use they, there, even though it's a singular person,
Nice.
right? This is something. This is why some people say, "Oh, pronouns are woke." No, you're an idiot. You're just an idiot.
Oh,
you know. Remember, this has they, their, them has been used in this manner for more than 600 years. So it's not woke. I don't think
yes.
any 600 years ago anybody was thinking about wokeness, right? No, no one was thinking about that. In the King James Bible, but way before that, King James Bible wasn't 600 years ago. But the first register of this is in a story from 13 something, right? And in a story called William and the Werewolf, you know. But
Okay.
even, like I put in one of my videos, I talk about that pronouns. The
Older than Shakespeare, for instance.
older than Shakespeare. Shakespeare uses they, them, their when the gender doesn't matter. Jane Austen, the James, King James Bible. There's many examples of this, right? So so these idiot incel virgins that are worried about you know pronouns. Oh, pronouns. Yeah, now okay. How to how to say you're an idiot without saying you're an idiot, right? That's
Right.
basically it. But okay, but so
Okay.
the figure isn't a hologram. They step forward, their boots crunching on the discarded Google prison ration bar. Well, on a discarded, sorry. Up close, you see eyes that are tired and bloodshot, but sharp with intelligence. Oh, any other doubts here?
Oh, the meaning of bloodshot, I guess.
Bloodshot is kind of when your eyes are red,
Oh,
red and kind of tired looking, probably from using drugs or not.
no.
Sometimes people get bloodshot eyes. They're not bloodshot eyes. Right? It's kind of red, druggy looking, tired looking, exhausted looking. You know, that's what bloodshot eyes are. Yeah.
The mission, the stranger repeats, their voice trembling. There's no mission, officer, and I didn't call you through the app. I hacked the Meta OCP mainframe to bypass your corporate filters. My name is. It doesn't matter what my name is. I am owned by Amazon Basics now. The stranger points a shaking finger at the photograph. Look closer at the man in the picture, Alex. Look at the eyes. Look at the way he holds his child. That isn't someone else. That was you before Meta OCP salvaged your remains, before they turned you into a five-star collaborator for Uber Justice.
So you are part of the Lyles family now?
Yeah,
Just like my
probably.
other story. In the other story I was, playing the character is part of the Lyles family. So the Lyles it's the Lyles Mr. Master Lyles multiverse.
Big family like the Grande Família in Brazil.
Yeah, the big family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your internal HUD starts to glitch. Red text scrolls across your vision. Error, unauthorized memory access. Directive 1, serve the public trust or be reformatted.
Reformatted.
The stranger leans in. The Lyles family didn't die in an accident. They were deleted because your wife, my sister, found out the Google prisons were using nog adults as
Naughty.
naughty adults as biological batteries for the meta cloud. You were the only one who tried to stop them. That's why they rebuilt you to make you forget. Okay.
Any doubts here?
Okay. No, I guess Noggy is like more sexual
This.
thing. Outra.
Yeah, it's like naughty is actually like when you say it's a bad boy or a bad girl, usually for children. So like
Okay.
Santa Claus has the naughty list, you know? So if
Oh,
if
no,
if
no.
you are on the naughty list, Santa Claus's naughty list, you will not get a Christmas present from him. Cuz
Okay.
naughty because the adults are a bunch of, childish idiots, right? In this universe.
Okay. Suddenly, a loud siren,
Siren.
siren.
Suddenly
Suddenly, a
a
loud
loud
siren
siren.
blares from the sky. A Meta OCP enforcement drone descends, its spotlight burning through the darkness, landing directly on you and the stranger. Citizen, you are engaging in an unsanctioned conversation. Officer Alex, terminate the null data entity to restore your five-star rating immediately.
So, what do you do, Officer Alex? Do you follow your directives and protect your rating? Or do you protect the only person who seems to know your past?
Okay.
And I told it not to make any more. But okay, we'll ignore this and we'll just look at that. Well, it's clearly a man, or I
Yeah.
don't know. I won't judge. It says it's a they so far. So, what do you do? What do you say? Well, it's up to you. Now you may write down what you do and say, and we will continue.
Okay.
So, what will Alex M do? Will he pull out his pistol and start blasting away? And use his supposed brother in law as a human shield? We will see. Will he terminate the null data entity? Or will he protect his past? Okay, so let me just copy it here. And paste. Copy paste. Well, you may read what you have written.
Okay. I believe this man is a liar, but at the same time, I feel be, he cannot, he cannot be lying more than Uber Justice and
E-
all the other corporations. I forgot the apostrophe T.
Okay. Oh wait, let me put the. They can't be lying more than Uber Justice. Okay, and all other corporations.
All the corporations. I slowly look at the drone and keep walking toward the man and say,
Okay, just one thing. Remember, it's comma, not
"Oh, instead
not
of
column. Yeah, not dois pontos. You can, it's not like, oh, you can't. It's like totally wrong to use a column, dois pontos.
unusual."
But yeah, it's not common. Let's use the standard. Let's keep the standard, which is comma, right? Comma, um, right? Virgula, comma, between quotes, the dialogue. And you say,
And I say, "Citizen, you need to explain these lies. I will give you 5 minutes to prove your words. Lying or not, you're coming with me."
here, okay, here we need a period. Remember,
Okay.
inside that. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Grammar rule, objective, confronting the stranger and defying the drone. So, your internal logic is reaching a breaking point. You are caught between a potential truth from a null data ghost and the cold, hard directives of your corporate creators. By walking toward the stranger instead of firing, you are actively resisting your programming. Let's analyze your linguistic output to see if your processors are malfunctioning or evolving. All right, so let's see here. Question one. Comparative forms. You wrote, I feel he can't be lying more than Uber Justice. While this is grammatically correct, in English, when we compare how much someone lies or the quality of the lie, we often use a specific adverbial phrase. What is this our adverbial phrase? A. He can't be lying as much as Uber Justice. He can't be lying more than Uber Justice. He can't be lying most than Uber Justice. He can't be lying more than Uber Justice. Is this already the best version? Or okay, I give this to the AI hiccup.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see the AI making these fuck ups. So it means that for now our jobs are secure. So what do you think?
Maybe A, because as much as sounds better, but I'm not sure because it doesn't look like more than, but I don't know. Let's see.
Okay. Future real conditions. The first conditional. Lying or not, you are coming with me. This is a condition plus result sentence. To make it more fluent and urgent, which punctuation and structure works best? Lying or not, you are coming with me. Lying or not, Yeah, you come with me. Lying or not, you're coming with me. Lying or not, you coming with me. Lying or not, you will come with me.
To make it more fluent. Oh,
To make it more
urgent.
fluent. Yeah, one of the things here I think is this first conditional. You know, after we'll talk about it, I'll talk about what I think about what you've written. If anyone has watched RoboCop, if anyone has watched
Mhm.
RoboCop, they know. But there's also talking about this first conditional thing here. So,
Okay, so
what do you think?
maybe A, you come with me, not you.
A? You think it's A?
A.
3. Word order and emphasis. You wrote, I will give you 5 minutes to prove your words. This is perfectly fine, yes. But if you want to sound like a high tech law enforcer from a dystopian future, which variation sounds more natural? So, again, it wants you to think about
Yeah.
vocabulary for the context of the story, right? So, A, I give you 5 minutes for prove your words. You have 5 minutes to prove your words. I am giving you 5 minutes to prove your words. I will give you 5 minutes proving your words. Hmm.
B, because it's more explicit. I don't know. It's like a sentence, like an
You
order.
have, right? You're okay. So let's see. Let's go back before it. Okay, let's read what it says here. Teacher's notes, the logic. Comparisons. More than is technically correct for quantity, but as much as, so we know you got that right, is very common when comparing the intensity of an action like lying. Yeah, and what it talked about, the adverbial phrase, right? If you knew that, you would have got adverbial phrase. Okay, this is the right one. In Portuguese, it would be like can I say as big as tão grande quanto. Like here as much as the quanto tão não sei que lá quanto. The first as is like tão, the second as is like quanto, right? So the comma of dependency. When you start a sentence with a condition, lying or not, you must use a comma before the main clause, condition, result. I don't remember if you put a comma there, but we'll see.
No.
I think that's it. The robotic imperative using you have time is a common trope in sci fi action movies for authority figures. It sounds more commanding than I will give you, right? You have. Sound more like what Alex in from the movies would say. So, critical success. While more than works, what you said is wrong, is okay, right? It's not a mistake. As much as is the most natural way to compare the degree of a negative trait like dishonesty. It implies a scale of corruption, right? Do you get this?
Yeah.
And it sounds nicer too.
Yeah, sounds more
Here,
fluent.
partial success. Lying or not, you come with me. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, this was it. Yours was better. Is a strong command. You're coming with me. Option B is the standard tough guy. So what you did, you just, is basically what you wrote.
Yes, but I forgot the comma.
Comma. That was the thing. It didn't understand. It caught that you made a slight mistake. You know. Because it's a conditional. Yeah, you could do that. Or the other one, you will come with me. Lying or not, you will come with, because it's talking about the first conditional. But coming, future, that's what the future conditional is. Like, if this is the truth, if this is happening, if this happens, or if this is happening, or if this has happened, so we have some present sentence. A sentence, the first sentence, like the if clause, even though you don't have the if clause in your sentence, right? But if this is the case, this will be the future. This will happen, or this is going to happen, or this is happening. So, like what RoboCop says, right? He says, "Oh, something you are coming with me," or something, or I forget what he says usually in the beginning.
Dead or alive.
Yeah, dead or alive, you're coming. Dead or alive, if you're dead or alive, dead or alive, you're coming with me, or if this is the truth, if this is a fact, it can be present perfect, present continuous, or present simple. Is the if clause. So if you are lying or not, so continuous, but it's a present continuous, comma. Because this is how we make. Remember, when we do the conditionals, right? We have like zero conditional, first conditional. This is first. There's second conditional, third conditional. There are mixed conditionals. We don't need to talk about all the conditionals right now, but there's the if clause, comma, with the if clause sentence, comma, the next sentence,
Okay.
right? So is that, it's a minimal thing, right? B, critical success. You have 5 minutes is the classic authoritative way to set a deadline in English. It shifts the burden of proof entirely onto the other person. Yeah, you're saying you have that. This is, it's like up to you if you're going to die or not or whatever, right? Yes, very good. So teachers no, wait, again, comparative as, adverb as, or as, adjective as. We can do this to show equality. He lies as much as a politician. The comma rule, always remember to put a comma after your introductory phrase, lying or not. Like what we talk about, like the if clause phrase, if you're lying or not, or if you do this, like, if you study, you will pass the exam. You know,
Yeah.
if you are studying, comma, you will pass the exam. Right? So that again. So contractions for fluency in spoken English, especially for a hard-boiled character like Alex, we almost always use your instead of you are to sound less stiff and more natural. Okay, we can discuss this. This is something it's talking about for the narrative purpose, right? But okay, let me just make an image of this period. Do not make any extra narration. Okay, so let's read this to finish off for today.
Okay. The clock's ticking. A stranger stares at you, his eyes wide behind his shipping envelope hood. He looks at your metallic hands, then up, then up at the blinding white light of the drone. It doesn't look like he's going to run. He looks relieved that you're listening. 5 minutes, he whispers, his voice barely audible over the drone's hum.
Um,
Hum,
yeah.
hum. That's more time than Metal CP ever gave us. But at the sky above,
No app.
but the sky above is not patient. The Meta OCP enforcement drone tilts forward, its rotors screaming as it
Stabilizes.
stabilizes. A mechanical voice, cold and devoid of any human childishness,
Childishness.
childness,
Remember the
childishness.
ch, like chimichiago. So
Okay,
child,
child,
childish,
Dishness.
Ness, childishness.
Childishness. Childishness. Bones over a loudspeaker. Offer expired. Officer Alex, your brand loyalty has dropped to 3.2 stars. You are now classified as unprofitable. Prepare for asset liquidation. A panel on the drone's underbelly slides open, revealing a dual-linked laser suppression system. The red targeting dots settles right on your chest.
What? Nope.
Chest.
Test. Yeah.
Specifically over your mechanical heart. The stranger lunges towards a pile of rusted scrap metal. Alex, get down. Use the old Disney Gazette pillars for cover. Their targeting sensors can track through the hologram interference.
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 Interference. Okay, so what is your next move? Do you draw your weapon and engage the drone, or do you dive for cover while the stranger tries to help you? What do you do? Well, we shall see. Look, look at this. How does this work?
Yes, it's
How does this work?
coming from the
Yeah. Where is it coming from? Because it's behind you.
on the
Well,
pillar.
it's the future.
Yes.
It's the future. We don't understand futuristic technology, right? Futuristic technology is still, you know, it's a mystery to us here in the past, right?
Right.
Well, very good, sir. Very good. Well, what will Alex M do next episode, next week, at the same time? We shall see. We shall see what he does and what will happen. Yes. Is the stranger telling the truth? Is he part of the Lyles family? I don't think so. I don't know. I think it's bullshit. But what do you think?
Okay. I don't know.
Well, see ya, man. Have a great week. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye bye. And
Bye
thank you.
bye.